Yo, welcome back to another live stream. Welcome back to the YouTube channel, people. Welcome back to the GVO show. As always, people, we are joined by Alfie, people.
What's
And
good, man? Then
obviously, if you want to subscribe to Alfie, his link is in the title, people. So make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, and whether you're watching on the playback or watching live. Make sure to like the video, people. Make sure to like the stream. And also, we're close to 600 subs. We're trying to get to 1,000 as soon as possible, people. And yeah, follow all the social medias at GVO Mikes on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all of that stuff, people, as well. Obviously, a bit like 2 weeks ago. Both of our teams lost. Yeah, but neither of our teams scored. But before we get onto that, we'll talk about everything to do with Arsenal in a sec. But a recent quote I've just seen. We'll briefly talk about West Ham because we talk about West Ham all the fucking time on this channel. Ruben Amorim has come out with a quote talking about his approach by West Ham. Ruben Amorim confirms he was never close to joining West Ham. I went to England, but I didn't go to negotiate, only to meet the owner. I made my decision to stay at Sporting. If you think I wanted to leave last year, there's nothing I can do about it. Okay, so that's why you were linked with West Ham and Liverpool. That's what. Okay, all right. That joy is. I get why he has to say that now because he's at Man United, so you don't want to, associate yourself with any other English club or the fact you were close to joining another English club. But I don't think he was close. But the whole thing was we didn't want to pay compensation, which is one of the most stupid things ever. If you didn't want to leave Sporting, you wouldn't go out to fly out to another country to go and meet an owner. Like, if you wanted to stay, how does that make any sense? If you want to stay, you don't go out to meet the owner. But these things, guys, are coincidentally coming out now when this manager's under pressure and Amorim's just gone to Manchester United. I've seen more stuff to do with Amorim now than I did when we actually approached him. Because when we approached him, we kind of just got swept under the rug in 1 week. And then all of that happens, and then we are linked with Lopetegui, and we get Lopetegui in. Now, the problem is, guys, why is he still here? It's Monday morning. It's not even Monday morning anymore. It's Monday evening. I was expecting something by Sunday morning or Monday morning. Instead, we just get a briefing from Fabrizio Romano and an article saying he's on the brink of getting sacked instead of, him actually being sacked. And even if he does get sacked, Edin Terzic doesn't solve anything. He's the favourite, the Dortmund manager from last year. I don't know what an Edin Terzic team looks like. I don't know what style of play it is. I don't know what his approach to the game is. I'll give him a chance, of course I will, but that just kind of says everything about the ownership in itself, where we're still approaching 3 managers. So even if Lopetegui does have 1 game left, it's kind of pointless saying he has 1 game left. You might as well sack him because you clearly don't believe in him. I hate it when it was even like this with the David Moyes thing, where, for example, in the season we won the Conference League, David Moyes was always 1 game away from losing his job. Then he'd win the game and then keep his job. The problem with that is, we're kind of seeing the same theme. After we lost to Tottenham, it was like 3 games left: Man United, Forest, and Everton, and then he won at Man United. So now he's not going to get sacked after losing to Forest. It's just delaying the inevitable, as I said. That's why I didn't celebrate the Man United win too much. And after Ten Hag got sacked, it became even more depressing, the fact that we actually won that game of all games to win. But I don't know why he's still here, people. I don't know why he's still here. But big up to Josiah. Lopetegui out now. He's a complete freak. Yeah, that's why I was complaining after the Tottenham game. Big up to Merrick as well. Lopetegui out. He's an awful manager. Yeah, everyone's seeing it now. Everyone's seeing it. I've been trying to say this since Chelsea at home. Since I know people be like, but it's 1 month in. Trust me, sometimes a month is enough, depending on the circumstance. But that is enough of us. Before we get to Arsenal, Man City lost.
yeah,
Man City lost. So you may not be completely off the hook in terms of getting second place for now, but you're still like 4 points or whatever it is behind City, or whatever it is, or like 5.
5 behind City, 7 behind Liverpool.
And even when they just lost their first game, it's still 5 points behind City. It's a bit of a gap, but Man City did lose. Now, cool, we can take the Tottenham game and be like, okay, they don't care about the Carabao Cup, but they also played a lot of senior players. So it didn't really help them. And we know that Kyle Walker's washed already. So none of that. I don't get. Kyle Walker's been washed for about 12 months now. About 12 months. What was your reaction when you saw Bournemouth beat City?
Funnily enough, I actually said to a friend of mine after the Arsenal Newcastle game, that I said I don't think Liverpool or City were going to drop points, and then City went on to lose, and it got to like I think it was like half an hour left, and Liverpool were still behind against Brighton. I thought
Yeah.
both of them were going to drop points, and then obviously Liverpool came back into the game, won it 3-1. But I was still surprised that City dropped points, especially to Bournemouth. I mean, Bournemouth are feeling quite confident at the moment. They've taken two big scouts this season, uh, us and City, and Iraola's got them cooking.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And he got a draw right at the end at Aston Villa.
Mm.
In between that as well. So that tough run that everyone was looking at for Bournemouth, like what are they going to do against Arsenal, Villa, and City? They became unbeaten in that 3-game run. They got 7 points out of it. That is impressive from Bournemouth point of view. Semenyo again, Milos Kerkez again with 2 assists. I had them both on my bench on FPL. That just sums up my luck. But like that's the thing with Bournemouth. Like it's all about coaching. Bournemouth are a perfect example of great coaching, and that's what happens with when you scout properly. And yeah, great coaching
I mean,
stuff. That's
it's
great.
happened before. It's not like it's a new thing to come out that Bournemouth are picking up big wins. They've done it
Mm.
before. They beat Chelsea in their first season in the Prem. They beat I think they beat United as well that season. And the season after that, they won a dramatic game where they beat Liverpool 4-3
Yeah,
and finished ninth that season as well. So it's not like it's something unexpected, but it's been a long time coming. But you have to agree with what you said about it's all about coaching. Like Eddie Howe, when they were playing, had them well drilled, and
mm.
Iraola's got them well drilled again, and they look a strong team even without Solanke this season.
Yeah. Everyone like I didn't like the narrative at the start of the season. Speaking on that was, oh, Solanke's gone, so they're going to drop off. Bournemouth recruit better now.
Mm.
Bournemouth recruit really good. Like Evan Nelson, we don't know if he's going to become as good as Solanke necessarily, but Bournemouth scout have been scouting well since their new owners came in. Their new owners came in around the time where Scott Parker got sacked, and then they hired Gary O'Neill as caretaker, and then they decided to take the high road and actually sack him because they
Adonis
had
Creed
somebody
to the
else in mind.
rescue, eh?
Yeah, yeah.
Adonis Creed to the rescue.
This is the thing. Everyone laughed at Bournemouth when they were like sacking Gary O'Neill, saying, "What are you doing?" All of this nonsense, but they wanted to go in a different direction, and it's paid off. They stuck with
Mm.
Iraola when they lost like 10 games in. Like, it was like 10 games without a win or some shit, like in his first ever 10 games, and they stuck with him. They weren't in a relegation battle after that, and that's all because they got used to what he was trying to do, and you could see what he was trying to do at the start. People were like, maybe this is the first manager to get sacked. This is a horrible appointment, but they don't feel the pressure. They don't feel the pressure. They coach well. And this is you can see that paying off. And look at Gary O'Neill now. Look at Gary O'Neill now. Look at Iraola now. Gary O'Neill still hasn't won a game at Wolves, a team that are meant to be a bit more ambitious than Bournemouth. And Bournemouth, look at what they're doing. They're going under the radar
Mm.
once again. And people laugh at the like. So Solanke left, no goals. Okay, cool. Semenyo exists. Cliver exists. Like these players still exist. They still got Kirkes at left back. Like this is the difference. They've still got good players all around their team.
Wait, does
So
Billing still play for them?
who?
Billing.
No, no, he does play, but he doesn't. Well, no, he's there, but he doesn't play anymore
Oh,
because Billing fit Gary O'Neill's system a lot more. He was a big key player under Gary O'Neill,
oh, okay.
and then Iraola came in. He hasn't really played him. Hasn't really played him. He likes Cook, Christie, and Cliver in the midfield. By the way, probably the most underrated midfield of the league. Lewis Cook and Ryan Christie. I said on a show I was on just before the Arsenal game, like complimenting their midfield. And they performed in that game. They performed in the Villa game. They performed in this game from what I saw in the highlights. Like, well done to them too, because they play for Bournemouth, they will never get talked about. Never. They don't get talked about. People only talk about the big six teams and maybe us, Villa, and Newcastle at times. They don't
Mm.
talk about Bournemouth enough. So big up to them too as well. Obviously, what this says for City, it finally beats that unbeaten run. Uh, that was coming as well. They only just about beat Southampton, so you could kind of see that a loss was coming eventually. We just didn't
That
know who
makes me
it was.
happy. That makes me
Yeah.
happy.
Well,
We're still the only unbeaten team in a Premier League season.
that doesn't
That
do
makes me
anything for you in
happy.
2024.
No, it doesn't, but still, it's nice to have that record still, even if it is bringing up history.
Speaking of history,
Oh, God.
Newcastle won, Arsenal nil. Now,
Uh,
speaking of teams, creating history and stuff. 3 in a row. 3 in a row could happen for Arsenal. And what I mean by 3 in a row is being in the title race and missing out.
Yeah.
And Newcastle beat Arsenal as it was getting closer to the game. I had a feeling Newcastle might get something out of it. I didn't think it 2 weeks ago. I thought Arsenal would get something out of it, but you haven't scored since in an away game since the Man City game, and it's not looking good, Brev. So
No,
give
it's
us your
not.
thoughts.
It's not. We've won 2 on the bounce away from home. We haven't won in 3. I said in my match review, it weren't good enough. It weren't a good enough performance from Arsenal. And I even saw Turkish's match reaction to the game, and he went off on one, talking about we needed a striker and don't call Havertz a striker. He is not a striker. He's not a striker. He moves in and around the game, like every now and again, but just having his dinner.
Yeah.
He's not a striker. We've needed a striker for God knows how long, and it proved. And I said after the game, I guess this is what happens when you've got a true number 9. Isaac is that number 9. And we got hit with a sucker punch. Gordon whipped it in, beautiful ball, and Isaac finished it off. And I don't think we had any clear-cut chances until the end of the game when Rice put it past the post.
Yeah, did you know the stat about the last 2 visits against Newcastle away from home? You've only had 1 shot on target. Bro.
I don't know what to say, honestly.
What do you think it is? What do you think the problem is?
To be perfectly honest, I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you what the problem is. I mean, you've got the players there. You've got some top quality players there to get the job done, and they haven't got the job done.
Yeah. Just quickly on this, I saw this report, 90 million and all that. First of all, 85 million release clause in next summer is where Kudus' release clause triggers back. Second of all, not going to happen. Arsenal were not going to pay another big fee to West Ham. No. Let's be real. You barely even spent over 50 million for a player. You only did it in that summer. That's it. So I don't think it's going to happen. Personally, I think it's what Arsenal do need someone like him, but I also don't think Arteta will use him properly.
I kept hearing reports that were linked with Leroy Sané as well.
Oh God, are you trying to recreate City 18-19, but the washed version?
See, that's exactly what they said. It was Sterling, Jesus, and Sané.
Yeah, but 2 of them
trying to make Man City Mark II.
Yeah, all of them are washed now. Sané's not even like that Bayern Munich. Big ups to Liam and Zia. I know a couple of Bayern fans from YouTube, they don't like Sané.
No, they're playing Coman and what's his name from Crystal Palace?
Elise.
Elise, that's it. I don't know why that name just disappeared out of my head.
No, of course, yeah. Oh yeah, I saw what happened with Flex from the United view. Did you see what happened?
No.
No, basically, someone racially abused him while he was filming.
Swear.
Yeah, saying the N-word and stuff like. But it was like this. I think it was this drunken woman and this idiot, absolute idiot, just racially abused when he was trying to do his fan cam for the United game. But look, big up to Flex, man. He handled it really well, and big up to everyone for supporting, and also big up Harry Maguire for even reaching out to support as well. The tweet.
Fair play to him.
Yeah, fair play. Awful stuff. I don't understand why this shit is still going on. But
2024 now. You think honestly, you think by now there wouldn't be any of this stuff in place. It's bollocks.
Oh yeah, of course. Big up to Flex for handling it well. On the game though, don't you think it's a bit alarming that you haven't scored since the City game? Your only chance was really the Rice chance at the end. The use of your attackers without Odegaard. When Odegaard's not there, it feels like your whole system is just a bit of a mess. Nwaneri didn't play after impressing against Preston. What is Arteta on?
I mean, it's quite strange. If you look at our away form from the back end of last season, we were smacking teams up away from home. Arsenal fans chanting in the crowd. Stadiums are empty everywhere we go. 6-0 against you guys. 5-0 against Burnley. 6 at Sheffield United. literally just slapping teams up left, right, and centre away from home. But now we've got into this season, and like you said, we haven't scored a goal since we drew at the Etihad. It's the
Yeah.
same team. I mean, fair enough with a couple of additions in there and a big injury in Erdegaard, but at the core of it, it's still the same team.
Yeah.
Rice still in goal, Saliba and Gabriel at the back, Rice in midfield, Saka's on the right. It's the same team. What I don't understand how you can go from that at the peak of your powers, just pushing it to being dog shit.
Don't you think that like did we say this? Like me and you both said this pretty much nearly every show we've done about the transfer window. So you reckon it's a lack of refreshments then? Because like you just said the same starting 11 pretty much.
Yeah,
Do you think it's a lack of like needed injection of something new in the starting 11?
I think it may be time for it.
Yeah.
There's no time like the present. We need that injection of. We just need something to spice things up a bit with the club.
What do you think that is? What do you think is the solution?
I've said it before, and I'll say it again. A number 9, a proper number 9,
Mm-hmm.
a guy that's going to get you 20, 25, maybe 30 goals a season, get you the goals that can win you games to go on to win titles.
If you're serious, you go after Gyökeres.
Oh, I said we should have got him in the summer. Either him or
Yeah.
Tony. If Tony fell through, get Gyökeres.
Yeah. Facts.
And now that Amarim's gone to Manchester United, and you said before that Gyökeres will only play under Amarim, he's going to leave Sporting. Get the money sorted, put the contract on the table, let him sign it, and then we've got a proper striker, a striker that can do bits.
Yeah. Like, there's literally what you needed. I don't know why Havertz has been moved back into the midfield almost. Trossard moving into this weird striker role. I don't know where anyone was playing up front.
It didn't make sense to me as well. You brought Jesus on in the second half to play on the wing.
Mm.
To play on the wing. He's a striker apparently. Why are you getting him to play on the wing if he can play up front? He's played up front before and moved Trossard out wide and take Martinelli off.
What do you make of all the performances then? Because it didn't feel like anyone was good on the pitch. It didn't feel like anyone was good.
I mean, there was a couple of glimpses from Waneri, and he just basically proved that's why you need to start him. I mean, he had an incredible game against Preston, scored a beautiful finish into the top corner. Should have started him. He would have, even though he's young, he's not got that much experience. He would have taken the game by the scruff of the neck. There was a couple of times where I see him spin, man.
Mm.
He was the only one that had a little bit of a creative spark. And then you brought on fucking Zinchenko at left back to try and push forward and get a goal. Honestly, I don't know.
That Zinchenko cameo, by the way. When he came on, he was dog shit. I know everyone else was, but he came on to affect the game. And he just kept giving away the ball when he wasn't even under pressure.
After we beat Bournemouth in that 22-23 season, the Reece Nelson winner, after we played Bournemouth, he's been shit since then.
Mm.
The amount of times last season where he was caught out of position to the point where he was actually dropped out of the team, Kivior was put in at left back.
Yeah, you're right. So why is he still there? I don't understand. Like, you've got Calafiori and Timber. I know Timber had a yellow card, but you could have put Ben White on for Partey, who was actually a right back.
I always panic when I see Partey at right back. He just looks lost there.
Yeah, why was he there again?
But every now and then you'll try and sneak into his natural position. You see him try and sneak in there. But then that just leaves a massive gap on the right-hand side. And just a free path for players to just stroll through.
This is the question I'm going to ask. And it's the question that is in the title. Are you out the race? 7 points behind Liverpool at top.
Do you want me to go with my heart or my head?
Go with your head. Because we all know what your heart's saying. We all know what everyone's heart's saying when it comes to their club.
I think we're out of the race.
I agree.
I do. I do.
But why do you think you're out of the race?
We did this last season.
Mm.
We did this last season. We lost against. I think it was. Was it Newcastle? We lost first, and after we drew against before we drew against Liverpool last season.
Yeah, it
I
was one
think
of
I
them. I
think we
don't remember
lost.
which.
I think we lost at Newcastle, drew at Liverpool, and then lost again at Villa Park
Yeah, I think so.
around the start of the winter period last season. It happened last season. The
Yeah,
same
because
thing's happened again. This season we've lost against Bournemouth, drew 2-2 against Liverpool, and lost to Newcastle.
yeah, that's the thing. Like Aston Villa beat you and City in the same week. I think.
Yeah,
But
and that's one of the main reasons why I think we're at the race, because I don't think we've got the fight in us to do it twice in a row and kick on from there.
I hear you. Because put it this way, realistically, you got to look at Liverpool or City losing 3 games in a row,
Mm.
or 3 games, not even 3 games in a row, but 3 games in 3 consecutive weeks, or in 3 certain weeks where you win 3 games as well to overtake both of them.
Mm.
Even with 5 points behind City, that's 2 games. City don't win. City don't lose 2 games like that. And even if they do, City are the only team that could be in your position, and I'd say are still in the race. With you
Yeah,
guys, you've never proven to even win the title when you're at the top. So how are you going to do it when you're not at the top? Both times you faltered. Both
yeah,
times you were first and then dropped off. If you're already there now, aren't you afraid a bit more of a drop off for this season?
mm.
Because you've only been looking upwards.
Yeah.
But what does this say for you overall for Arsenal season? Are you just trying to survive in terms of third place?
I guess the only way this would be a sort of successful season would be if we stayed in third and got a trophy out of it, either an FA Cup or a League Cup.
Yeah, that's the only way to salvage it.
And with both Chelsea and Man City out of it, it makes it somewhat easier. But Liverpool are still there.
Mm-hmm.
Tottenham could give us a bit of trouble because they somewhat like to turn up in the cup competitions. So
Yeah.
that would be the only way that it would be a semi-successful season for us this year. I don't think we've got enough in us to still be in the race come May. I think we're out of it already, and it pains me to say because you you get so excited at the start of the season, and now they just fuck it up.
Yeah, you sound like you're about to cry, bro. But
No, I'm just upset. That's all it is.
no, I feel it. I feel it. But quickly on to Charlie's comments. Do you think you dropped points at the bridge
I
coming onto
think
the
we
Chelsea
lose.
game? You think you lose? Yeah.
I think we lose.
Really, you just straight up lost, not even a draw.
No, I think we'll lose.
How come? How come?
I mean, Chelsea did put in an okay performance. I mean, they replied quite quickly to Man United yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
They've been doing well in the Conference League. They've been doing well overall in the league. There doesn't seem to be too many faults in that Chelsea team.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas with us, it's panic stations.
Yeah, I can see that being a draw. Just because, like, Chelsea ain't losing at home to Arsenal. Not this Chelsea team. They're not losing
At
at
least
home
you're
to Arsenal.
optimistic. At least you're optimistic.
I can just see that being a stinky game like it was yesterday when I did the fucking watch along for Man United Chelsea. What
At best, it'll
shite
be a
game.
0-0.
Do you know what? That is possible. I can see Arsenal would just park the bus and Chelsea just fucking shoot at them. You can't even afford to be this defensive when you're now not even in control of the title. And as Charlie put earlier, Mikel Arteta has gone back to tactics he used to do before you were good. Now you're not moving the ball quick enough. Like people are just sitting there, sitting back, and you're not moving the ball quick enough to even affect that.
We've gotten cocky.
Yeah,
We've
but
gotten
why?
cocky. There's no. it just makes you think that maybe Haaland was right in saying to Arteta to stay humble. Because look at what's
Yeah,
happened since that game. We've not scored away from home. We've not won away from home.
yeah.
And about the tactics situation, why would you use tactics for a team that you used when you had Mustafi and David Luiz at the back, and use those same tactics on a Gabriel and Saliba centre back partnership? It doesn't make sense. Those players are better than what Mustafi and David Luiz were at Arsenal.
Mm.
So why are you trying to revert back to the old ways when you know the best way to improve is to change things up?
It's like he went through that first title charge season, saw that you conceded a lot of goals at the end, and was like, "Fuck this, I'm gonna go back to type." But then that's restricted your whole attack. It's
Hmm.
restricted your whole attack. Like you don't move the ball quick anymore
There's no
because
bite in the
teams.
attack anymore.
Yeah, that's why teams sit back against you and they don't come out because when you in the first title charge season you moved the ball quick so people couldn't sit back against you. They had to find a different way of playing because it's against Arsenal. You move the ball quick, but if you move the ball slow sideways, all they have to do is shift across like 5 yards, and then you don't
Hmm.
break them down. It's only unless it's a sack across, you ain't affecting their defense.
No.
And Saka was, don't get me wrong, Saka was shit against Newcastle, but you rely on him way too much. You rely on the guy way too much. You're just asking Saka to bail you out. No one else is
Hmm.
doing anything. What was Rice doing? What was Marino doing? What was Martinelli, Trossard? What was any of them doing? Havertz, fucking hell. Havertz, man. Seriously, I like purple patch guy. He's just one of them.
Hmm.
He did this at Chelsea. Chelsea fans tried to warn everyone. Anyone that watched him at Chelsea knew. Turns up in some games when he wants to, when he kind of has to in a way. When he plays in the league games, it's kind of like I'll just get through the 90 minutes. It'll be fine.
Hmm.
So there's also that as well. But also Inter Milan this week, midweek.
Fucking hell.
It doesn't get any easier, bro.
No, don't. We've got Inter Milan on Wednesday, then we play Chelsea on Sunday, and after the international break we've got Forest. So we're looking good right now.
Is that Forest at home or away?
I believe it's at home.
Okay, so you never know. But their defense is not a joke.
No.
You having to break Forest down, like, don't get me wrong, you can. You probably will beat them because you're at home, but it's just a case of you won't make it easy even if it's even if you do win. Because think about it, Leicester and Southampton, two promoted sides, you make that hard from what I saw
Yeah.
from the highlights and from what you said about the games. Like
Yeah.
you're gonna if you made them two games hard, Nottingham Forest won't be easy. Elanga on the counter, they beat Liverpool as well. Elanga,
They
Hudson-Odoi, Gibbs White,
they were
Anderson.
partying after they slapped you up.
Yeah, they always party. On that Ada, Hudson-Odoi and Elanga, their vibes. But listen, we had Fulham do the same against us last year. It ain't nothing new to me, man. But with Forest on account, don't be too open. You can't be too open because
I
they'll
mean, it
just slap
happened.
you.
It happened first game of last season.
Mm,
We were 2
did.
0 up going in the second half. They chucked a counter attack and a one you scored.
Hmm. I'm gonna get this question. Is it just me or the players starting to look like they've had enough? What do you think it looks like when you look at a player's body language? Do you think they've had enough? Do you think they look lost? What do you think it is?
I think they look lost.
Mm,
There just doesn't seem to be the same punch
yeah,
out of these players anymore.
just
It
like
feels like we're going to slip. It feels like eighth place is calling again.
you reckon.
But not in the sense of that will happen. I don't think that will happen. But in the sense of where the way that we're playing, the performances, it's that of a team that's just trying to stay in the top half
Gotcha. Okay.
when it could be so much better, and you know it can be better.
Oh yeah, for sure. Okay. The bit of news that came out about Arsenal was Edu leaving, and
Yeah,
a little question from Villa fan. He says, "Alfie, I got a question. With Edu gone, does this mean you can make better, improved transfers in the future?"
I fucking hope so. I hope so.
uh,
Sterling's come in, done fuck all. Tommy Asu's done basically fuck all. Cedric as well, he did fuck all.
mhm.
How many more can I name? Nuno Tavares, Sambi Lakonga.
Fabio Vieira, Marquinhos.
Exactly. What happened to Marquinhos? We've had this conversation before. Where the
Yeah, yeah.
fuck did he go? Bro scored
Bro,
that one goal against Zurich in the Europa League and dipped.
and he cried, by the way. He went,
Exactly.
"Aah!"
Probably
And
because
then
he knew
left.
before. Bro tried to pull Fabrizio Romano on all of us. He cried because he knew after he scored the Queen was going to die.
Oof, fucking
Because
hell.
the Queen died at half time.
Joe, that's why she died. It was
Exactly.
like, rest in
And the
peace, because
Queen's an Arsenal fan as well. She was an Arsenal fan.
that's why she died, unfortunately. Rest in peace. Um, yeah, the Declan Rice fall off. Yeah, Declan Rice's performance was nuts, bro.
Bro scored that
Like,
one goal against you in that 6-0 win last season and
mm,
just tanked.
yeah, bro, he looks a shell of himself. I can't lie. He doesn't. He's never going to look bad off the ball, like tackling and all of that. But the problem is you're losing the ball randomly, like Zinchenko was with like no pressure.
Mm,
Like, what are you doing? I said this before though. Arsenal don't know how to use him. You either use him too far forward or use him to dictate play. You can't do either of that.
nah.
But we got Charlie Saka has 2 years left playing football before injuries really plague him and his career dwindles. He's going to be the next Michael Owen. Arteta is running him into the ground. He only just
Facts,
came back.
Charlie. Facts, Charlie. He's
Yep.
just come back from an injury as well.
He's only just come back. And then he played straight away against Liverpool, came off. He played another 90
Watch.
minutes.
Watch. As soon as Erdegaard's fully back, Saka will be back on the treatment table.
Mm. But speaking of Rice, how did Rice kick a free kick straight into a one-man wall? His free kick
No.
deliveries look like when he was at West Ham when he used to deliver the ball into the box, man. His corner deliveries were fine. His free kick deliveries, oh my god, they were terrible. Like, you rely on him for deliveries, you're fucked. Because you can only do so much. You need to have an attacker that's good at deliveries.
Erdegaard.
Yeah, it's well, like, oh my days. Even Odegaard, like, the problem is, if when he comes back, all the pressure's on him to save you.
I think I saw as well. I think it was a Arsenal related post. I saw that our win percentage with Erdegaard in the team was 70%, and our win percentage without him in the team was drastically lower. We're talking like 40, maybe 35%.
So that's because you're heavily reliant on him then.
Yeah.
Like, I think it says a lot about the manager if one player leaves, like one player is injured and your whole system's fucked. Oh yeah, this is a question from earlier. Because the only good signings he made are Erdegaard, Rice, and maybe Raya. Because Saliba was before him.
Yeah.
Gabriel, fair enough. That's
We
the
won't
only
even
good.
talk. We won't even talk about Willian. Do not mention that scumbag's name to me.
I didn't even remember him.
Bro,
Willian.
bro literally lulled us into a false sense of security. He put in a brilliant performance on the opening day of that season against Fulham and fucked off afterwards.
He got a hat trick of assists, and then Arsenal fans were like, Chelsea got scammed, let them go on a free.
I was one of them.
Uh,
I was one of them, bro.
after one game.
And then I think it was against West Bromwich, blazed it out the stadium. I'm like, how do you kick a ball that high? He didn't score his first goal for the club until we had like 3 games left. By that time, we were already out of Europe for next season. We put a piss poor. We took off a Bamiyang in the semi-final second leg against Villarreal and brought on Willian because we needed a goal. What the fuck was this fat, pudgy piece of shit gonna do? Big
I
up to
forgot
everyone
about
in the chat.
Willian.
I hope you're enjoying the crash out.
I forgot about Willian. Oh my days. Wait, is
I fucking
Marquinhos
didn't.
still
I still
around?
have nightmares.
I remember Willian came back next pre-season looking like he ate the rest of the squad.
Exactly. Bro, the picture of him in the away kit from that season in a pre-season friendly, he looked like me on the beach.
He looked like he was about to do an Uncle Payne video. Marquinhos is Marquinhos is still there.
Oh.
Wait.
He's cancelled his contract, bro.
Wait.
He's out. He's out on loan.
Wait. Wait a sec. Wait, this guy does have a Wikipedia. Wait, no, he does. He was born in 2003. Okay.
You should have just checked the transfers for Arsenal this season.
Oh my god, I've got his Wikipedia. Fluminense on loan from Arsenal.
One game. That's domestic appearances, yeah? He's played one game for us domestically.
So Edu bought him, yeah? Then just kept loading him up back to his home. Then Edu's gone. He's gone to Forest. Edu has gone to Forest. I don't know why they need Edu, bro.
Watch Forest to get Europa League this season. Watch. Forest to get Europa League this season.
No, that's fucking hilarious. Havertz was a joker beside it. That's the thing. Like Havertz, cool, purple patch. But if you had signed a striker last season, we wouldn't be even talking about you being even linked to Kai Havertz. Chelsea, we still trying to struggle to sell him.
Why the fuck did Saka give him that penalty at Bournemouth last season?
Because charity, like the special kid, bro, it's like helping a special kid read, bro. I'll take this penalty, Kai. Fucking idiot.
We'd be much better with the little kid that met Saka at training.
Oh, Zaza.
Baby Zaza. Or even Broski at this point.
They're better than Havertz, I'll say that for sure. 60 million
Stick them both. Stick one on top of the other, and that'd be better than Havertz.
60 million down the drain. We haven't heard Kai Havertz score again in a very long time. In a very, 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 very long time. Southampton.
He hasn't scored since Southampton.
Bro, and Southampton only just about beat Everton because of a VAR decision. They've just won their first game. They'll probably beat us.
Ramsdale not concentrating again. Barely getting that save out.
Yeah, his ADHD just kicking in.
Bro was singing Christmas songs.
Oh yeah, he's definitely like trying to like have banter with one of the crowd members or something just to stay awoke. That's the thing. Saliba was a new Emery signing as well. Like, so you can't even say that. Marquinhos transfer was strange. Paid like 3 million for a play that was free because money laundering.
We probably could have got Martinelli for free.
Yeah,
but we paid like 6 million for him.
Bro, if Edu was still here and he was still in charge, you would have a second team full of Brazilian under-18s that are never going to get played. That is crazy. I can't lie. That is crazy because Edu should have gone a long time ago, and Arteta's just there now, vibing without his best friend. Now he's got to like restore what he's fucked up, bro. Into Chelsea, Forest, like, because you know what's funny? Where initially against Tottenham and Man City, I thought Arsenal are dealing with their injuries quite well, like dealing with the absences quite well, and all of that. I was actually giving a bit of credit, but you never looked convincing in any of the games you played. So this was coming. Just about time. People are gassing the defense saying, you're going to break Chelsea's record, 15 goals.
Fuck
all
off.
That nonsense. All that nonsense.
We ain't breaking shit except one of our players' legs. We're being played too much.
It's going to be Saka, bro.
Yeah, wink, wink, Saka.
But Saka's going to play 90 minutes against Inter and Chelsea. And then go off to international break with England.
And get injured again.
Yeah, and get injured or just fake an injury like you guys always do. Someone's going to mysteriously pick up a knock for you guys the next international break that doesn't exist. And even then, it's not going to matter.
Now, watch this time, it'll be Rice.
Yeah, but maybe. It actually might be Rice. That's the thing. The City injury crisis.
I swear to God, if Rice goes on to get injured from here, like, I'm done.
It doesn't fucking matter. He's not even playing well. It doesn't even matter. He's not even playing well. So you got Partey, 40-year-old Partey in midfield. Jorginho. He brought on Jorginho as well. Like, that was vibes, bro. That was just pure vibes. Man brought on Jorginho, you know. Maybe one year he might actually get a game. You know. Because I remember, like, everyone's like, oh, 1 year season. Is he actually going to be let out of the cage or not? He should be.
Yeah.
This City injury crisis right now is what Arsenal thought the injury crisis was, bro. Your only two injuries are Tomiyasu, Tierney, and Odegaard. Like the only three. Tomiyasu and Tierney don't play.
Why is Tierney still at the club? Well, I was on that loan to Sociedad, a loan to buy.
Injuries. Bro, you still got Zinchenko, Tomiyasu, and Tierney at your club. Dog shit, bro. Like, City have got... There's no excuses as well. City got Oscar Bob injured right at the start. De Bruyne has only just come back. Rodri is injured until 2025. Like, right at the end. He's not even going to play again this season. That's meant to be the best DM in the world. The guy just won the Ballon d'Or, by the way. But if people still give a shit about that. Ruben Diaz just got injured. John Stones is always injured. Kyle Walker plays football. Akanji always gets injured. They've got Ake and Gavadio left. They haven't even got a back. They don't even buy a backup striker anymore. Even so, if Haaland gets injured, they're fucked. They're fucked. Diaz and Stones are injured.
But
They've
still
gone for
come back and win the league.
They're playing Mateus Nunes at left wing. And he's doing well. But that doesn't matter. They've got an injury crisis.
Let's just hope it's not as much of a crisis to the point where they have to get Calvin Phillips back from loan.
I think Calvin Phillips is done out here, bro. Big up to Calvin Phillips, another red card. But what was the other games? Oh, yeah, that outrageously shit game that was Man United versus Chelsea. What a shocking game.
I didn't even watch it.
You didn't watch it? Fair enough.
I didn't watch it. I was watching the Grand Prix.
Oh, fair play. I mean, I don't even like Formula One. I should have watched cars go vroom instead. Like, legit, with that game, it was just watching one of the worst, like, slowest tactical battles ever. It's pretty much a case of Chelsea were trying to get through it, trying to figure them out. Man United were holding on to dear life on the fact that there's space in behind. So Garnacho's gone through about 5 times. Hasn't done anything. It was generally a stinker. Generally a 0 out of 10 performance, in my opinion. It was a stinker. Rashford stunk, but didn't stink as much as Garnacho. Bruno Fernandes was okay.
I think the only thing that I saw from that game was Caicedo's volley.
He was top. He had a great game as well.
Good finish. Good finish. Yeah.
It was reminiscent of his goal against Tottenham that got disallowed because they ended up getting a penalty from it in that 4-1. But Caicedo's been great in 2024. I can't lie. Like, people are laughing at the price tag because they do that to every £100 million player, but he's proven that he's worth it so far. In 2024, he's been top.
It's taken him a while, but he's got there in the end.
He was one of the few under Poch that was actually playing well. Like, don't get me wrong, 2023 just settling in. 2024, it's been top throughout the whole year. To be honest with you, winning the ball back, controlling the game, and he's proven it week in, week out. He's done it in the big games as well, like at Anfield where they lost, in Man United as well. So fair play to him. I think him and Lavia are really showing Enzo Fernandez up because that guy getting back into the team with them two in the team because Lavia's a top player. Can't lie. He just needs to stay fit. Lavia just needs to stay fit. Like, if you're one of the Chelsea midfielders looking at Lavia and Caicedo, you must hate yourself because you're like, oh, for fuck's sake. Like, I ain't getting a game anytime soon unless it's in the Conference League, unless it's into Akbak away, whoever the fuck it is. Like legit, like, they ain't getting a game unless they're playing to the second team. And they're not even in a Carabao Cup anymore, so they ain't even getting games from that. And Liverpool missed out on both of these players. I know they're, what's it called? I know they missed out on, I know they're doing well and they missed out. They're doing well without missing out. But if they got one of them alongside Gravenberch, boy, that midfield could have been top. They're going to run rings around Rice and Spanish Suche. Hey, Mikel Merino, bruv. I can't lie. He kind of looks like Iraola. Like, low-key. I can picture Iraola's face on with an Arsenal shirt just because I feel like Arteta's going to sign Iraola. He's going to... I feel like he's going to try and sign Iraola just because he played football with Lampard and Pirlo all them years ago in the US.
He's going to sign Amorim.
Oh, yeah, he's going to try and sign Amorim. He's going to try and sign Moyes, bruv.
He'll probably try and sign Ruud van Nistelrooy.
Like, He's going to try and get Jermaine Beckford and Tim Cahill out of retirement. Like, he's going to try and get Jagielka, Sylvan Distan, Tony
He's going to get
Hibbert.
on the phone to John Heitinger,
Yeah, Heitinger. He's going to get on the phone to Leon Osman,
Stephen Pino,
Marwan Fellaini,
Yakubu,
and Ichibi.
Jack Rodwell.
Yep, all these man, all these players. You need an Ichibi right now. You've already got the Brazilian in Ichibi. You've got the German version as well. You might as well get the real one. But no, Chelsea, Man United, like Man United, as I said about Man United before, yeah, nothing's going to change unless they kick out their attackers. Because that attack yesterday, Højlund, Fernandes, Rashford, and Garnacho put together, that is a quadruple shit sandwich right there. That's a quadruple of shit. Like, Bruno Fernandes wasn't even that bad yesterday, but he's just terrible in general. Garnacho and Rashford, terrible. Especially Garnacho, who was never ready for the first team level. Never ready to play with Man United week in, week out, starting week in, week out. Just a super sub now and then, that's it. Good strike and ball, good occasionally. People's like, his development is going the right way. No, it's not, bruv. Have a good 90 minutes performance. Have a good 90 minutes. Then we could talk. It's all good stealing people's celebrations, wearing another man's underwear, but you actually got to turn up on the football pitch. It's all good idolizing. It's all good idolizing Ronaldo. You ain't even 100th of him. Like, not even 1,000th of CR7. You can idolize him all you want. You could be in the same country. You could be from the same country as Lionel Messi. You ain't good like him. You ain't built like that. You ain't starting for a top team anytime soon. This is why people say he's going to go to Valladolid in like 2 years. Like,
he's the next bad Jan Januzaj.
Yeah, he is literally Argentinian Januzaj. He's
Januzaj without England trying to get his international duty.
He's the lesbian Januzaj. Because he looks like a lesbian. He's got the trim of a lesbian.
Facts.
He looks like Pink from back in the day. You remember the singer Pink? Right? He's got the same trim as Pink. It's crazy. But he needs to switch up. I don't know what Højlund is. Like, he's just a guy who wrestles now and then.
Højlund's waiting on a miracle. Still.
I forgot about that guy. I wonder what he's doing now.
But he just did a performance at Coldplay's concert.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
He looks like he'd be friends with Beaver. I don't know what it is. I'm just getting that vibe. He looks like he'd be friends with Beaver.
Imagine that remix. Just hearing him singing, and all of a sudden you hear "You Know the Rules."
They both got the same head shape.
Do you reckon he only swallows his food after 2 bites?
He kind of has to with that head shape. He doesn't look like he chews. Like, he's not even Timo Haaland. He's like Koskar Erling Haaland. That's what I'd say. Like, Højlund is genuinely arse. The guy just wants to grab the centre backs, and then he forgets about the ball. The ball's into him. He just wrestles with the centre back. The ball's gone, and he's still trying to wrestle. Amorim is going to have a torrid time trying to actually get these attackers to do anything. They'll go in a little purple patch. They'll go on a new manager bounce. People will be like, oh, Amorim's the guy who's going to get these attackers back. No, he needs help. You need to give him help. Give him attackers. If you give Amorim attackers, then we can talk.
But even then, look at how much United gave to Ten Hag. Look at how much they gave to Ten Hag, and look what happened there.
Yeah, Ten Hag tried to sign half of Max.
85 million on fucking Anthony. They replaced one of their best goalkeepers in De Gea for Onana, who's been up and down for ages.
To be fair, De Gea was didn't warrant
rinse and repeat.
But that's the thing. That's meant to have the recruitment guys in place now. So do your job. Do your job and recruit for Amorim, bruv. Don't sign half a Sporting.
We've said already, we might need to put Fergie on suicide watch.
Oh, for sure. That's
on a real. This is their 8th manager, including caretakers, since Fergie left in 2013.
Yeah, like every time Fergie's in the stadium to watch Man United, hours have been shaved off.
this isn't even a fall from grace for Manchester United. This is like the sky is falling, Manchester United.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. It's just getting deeper and deeper and deeper. And the problem is, like, you've got all the recruitment guys in place. Just don't sign half for Sporting this time instead. Like, don't do what Ten Hag did. Unless it's Gyökeres or just a signing now and then, don't sign half for Sporting Lisbon. It's not going to work. And also, don't do what every other Man United manager has done and just hang on to the big players, the big names. Be ruthless. If you have the freedom to be ruthless with the recruitment team and tell them who you don't like, tell them who you don't like. Get them to do their job and get them out of the picture. Because you know what Maresca did? He puts them to the under 18s or the under 21s. So if they're not part of his plans, he goes there. So he doesn't have to focus on them. He focuses on the players that he wants. So you got to do the same thing.
I mean, Rashford's one of the main names that needs to go.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And I agree with this. The team is going to be exactly the same. Exactly the same. It's just like, I agree with this. Why he's going to be yes, but I feel like, do you know what the problem is? When you get a young manager that means the Man United, they're just so infatuated by them being a Man United. They'll just go with the flow and think they're going to succeed by doing that. You'd like to think he's not going to be like that, but he probably will be. How their financial fair play going? Because let's be honest, that's going to take a lot of money to sort out Man United, north of a bill. Yeah, I think. The thing is, they didn't spend that much in the summer. But I don't think their financial play is any good. But knowing Man United, they've got lots of money. So they'll find a way around it. Like, and also they're a big six club. They'll just brown envelope the thing and just do what they want. Like, you're a big six club. No one's going to look at Man United and be like, "Oh, we're actually going to do anything." Like, City maybe getting charges, they're not going to do anything about it. Like, they're a big six club, bro. You ain't bad at shit. You literally charged them for a combined million for trying to escape the fucking thing to go into a Super League. Like, nothing's going to happen with that. So they're going to spend money anyway. Just brown envelope the thing, then boom, you're fine. But he's got a big job in his hands. He ain't what's it called? He ain't getting him to like a title charge anytime soon. Not with that squad. Jesus Christ. He needs to kick the likes of Luke Shaw needs to go, like Rashford needs to go, Fernandes needs to go, Garnacho. Who else is there? That's shit.
Anthony,
But even
Dallo, Lindelof,
I
Maguire.
Even
The
Martinez.
names go on.
I'm putting Martinez in there. The only reason why I'm putting Martinez in there, Martinez can't defend in wide areas. That's exactly what he's going to do all the time in a three at the back under Amarim. That's all he's going to be doing. Good luck with Agate, by the way. It's like Amarim likes Agate, but Agate is the head case. Big up to Melon in the chat as always. Ain't many you would keep, to be honest. Yeah, exactly. Like most of their squad should go.
Yeah.
But it needs to do that for years. So we'll see about that. It's not really going to put on anything to do. It's not really going to dent anything to do with Chelsea at this current moment in time, that draw. They didn't play well, but they're at home against Arsenal next week as a London derby. Alfie, I'm sure you're excited. I'm not drunk. I'm just stuttering. Melon,
Pray for me.
This is very ironic, Melon, coming from you. This is very ironic. I'm just saying. You're probably on the Magnums right now. I can just tell. But
it's Monday, bro. Walk on.
Bro, it's Melon, bro. It's Melon. I know there's Fulham Brentford tonight at West London Derby. Nobody cares. Tottenham beat Aston Villa 4-1. Bro, did you watch that?
I saw a couple of the highlights. I saw the goal, the dink from Solanke, and the free kick from Madison. Thought that was quite clever.
Yeah, decent free kick, that. Great technique. But also, Aston Villa just gave them the win. Like, half the goals were given by Aston Villa. Like, what Aston Villa need to do, they need to stop this, like, whole thing of, like, play the same players week in, week out, 3 games a week. Because you win the Carabao Cup, you got knocked out of that. You're in the Champions League, and you haven't really recovered of the weekends after you played the Champions League game. You need to fix up and just get back onto form, because you let it slip against Bournemouth. Now been beaten by Tottenham. You've got a Champions League game midweek. I don't know who they're playing. And then they've got another Premier League game next week. You're going to have to handle it. You're going to have to handle the fixtures. And you've got players that are going to go to South America and all these places like everyone else. They're not going to come back the same. So fair enough.
Come back jet lagged.
Exactly. I know you're on Cocoa Pops, but I bet that Jack Daniels is there instead of milk. Guarantee. It's something stupid knowing you. Chelsea are smoking Arsenal. I can't lie. If Odegaard is out, they will sink too deep and they get pammed with no pause. Oh, fucking hell. We're gonna see. We're gonna see what happens with that game. But listen, like, cool. Tottenham won that game, but this is what Tottenham do: win, loss, win, loss,
Yeah,
win, loss. Richarlison came on and came straight back off with an injury. Madison came on, very clever free kick. They were getting run
Son
over
was
in
quite
midfield a
surprised
bit.
to come off as well.
Yeah, but he's only just come back from injury,
Yeah, true.
so I think that's why. But Ange, to be fair to Ange Postecoglou, I will give him credit for this. Like, the sub from Bentancur to Basuma kind of changed the game a bit because they were getting run over in midfield by Tielemans and Onana, and there wasn't enough ball winning ability in that midfield. As soon as Basuma came on, it changed the whole game because having Bentancur, Sarr, and Kulusevski as your midfield is very, very unbalanced. But credit to Kulusevski as well. Had a great season so far since been moving to the middle. He's probably been Tottenham's best player from what I've seen. I know Brendan Johnson's been getting the goals, but Kulusevski's been the one running the midfield. So that's a good move by Ange. Morgan Rogers scored again as well. So well done to Morgan Rogers. They performed well in the first half, Villa. Just the second half, they just fuck themselves over because I think I predicted that Villa would take the lead and lose 2-1 because they just so restricted away from home, and that's exactly what they did. They went 1-0 up and just let it slip. But that was that game as well. Wolves versus Palace was 2-2. Wolves still haven't won a game. Gary O'Neill 20th. Wolves and Ipswich are the only teams to not win a game so far. Southampton finally won against Everton. Ipswich drew, let it slip again. Leicester scored right at the end, and Calvin Phillips got sent off. Briefly mentioned that earlier. And yeah, that is pretty much it, people. That is it. So make sure to like the video, people. Make sure to subscribe if you are new. We're trying to hit 600 and obviously 1K as soon as possible, people. Alfie's link is in the title, so make sure to subscribe to him. We'll have previews and match reactions to all the Arsenal games. So Inter Milan preview coming up on his channel, people. And go check out his video about Edu leaving as well. And yeah, make sure to follow the social medias at GVOMax on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok.